Hello, very good morning and welcome to Athavan newspaper highlights. Today Monday, 17th of October 2016. This is Edward with the highlights of today's English newspapers. As usual, we have three newspapers for the highlights: Daily Mirror, Daily News and Salon Today. Firstly, let's have a look on the Daily Mirror. The main headline says, LG polls, Election Commission wants shortcomings in Act addressed first. Amidst pressure for conducting the local government polls as early as possible, the Elections Commission requested the political parties to take steps for the rectification of several major shortcomings in the current Act first, its chairman Mahinda Thesapiriya said yesterday. Actress killed in accident. Actress Kabisha Ayeshani was killed when her car collided with a bus at Jubilee Post, Nugegoda yesterday early morning. The 24-year-old victim woman, a resident of Kirindivella, was driving the car when the accident occurred. Police said the car travelling towards Niromi Junction had crashed into a bus stopped along the road at around 3 o'clock yesterday morning. PM in Brussels to discuss GSP+. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe arrived in Brussels yesterday for talks on regaining the GSP Plus trade facility to enter European markets with tariff reductions, it is learned. Suicide by former army intelligence officer. Police probe whether he was pre-assured to kill himself. Upon receiving information that the former army intelligence officer who had committed suicide after claiming that he killed Sunday leader editor Lasantha Wickrematunge had visited 3 army camps prior to his death, Kaigol police has initiated inquiries to ascertain as to whether he had been pre-assured by any quarters to kill himself. Power to cut or not, decision today. On account of breakdown of the Lak Vijaya power station in Noracholai, Power and Renewable Energy Minister Ranjith Syambalapitiya said the ministry would have to decide today on whether or not to impose power cuts. Secondly, let's move to Daily News. The main headline says, mystery surrounds ex-army officer's death. Call SMS history on mobile phone wiped out. Further deepening the mystery surrounding the alleged suicide of ex-army intelligence officer Ilandarage Jayamanne, police teams probing the case have found out that call and short messages history in his mobile phone have been wiped out. According to police, officers now are trying to track these deleted call and SMS records with the help of the mobile phone company. A former soldier in the Sri Lanka Army, Jayamanne hung himself at his residence in Kaigol on Friday after claiming in a suicide note that he was responsible for the murder of former Sunday leader editor Lasantha Wickrematunge. PM arrives in Belgium for GSP Plus talks. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe yesterday arrived at the Brussels International Airport, Belgium, to have a series of discussions with the senior European Council and European Commission officials aimed at restoring GSP Plus concessions to Sri Lanka. The Sri Lanka delegation led by Prime Minister Wickremesinghe was received by Sri Lankan ambassador in Brussels, Rodney Pereira, at the Renaissance Hotel in the heart of the Belgian capital, Brussels. Finally, let's move to Ceylon today. The main headline says, suspicions rise from ex-intelligence man's suicide over Lasantha's killing. CID probe continues. A special team from the Criminal Investigation Department has commenced investigations on the orders of the Inspector General of Police into the death of the former Sergeant Major in the Army Intelligence Division who had committed suicide by hanging after leaving a note claiming that he was responsible for the murder of Sunday leader editor Lasantha Wickrematunge. The CID has focused special attention on the information they received that the former intelligence officer had been away from home for 2 or 3 days before his death. Vigi Sampanthan under death threat. Northern Province Chief Minister C.B. Vigneswaran revealed that he had received an email in Sinhala from a person in Balapitiya around the end of September and later a telephone call, presumably from the same person, claiming that he had come to know of a conspiracy to get a contract killer to assassinate Sampanthan on payment of 25 million rupees and blame it on the LTTE to make out the organization is full active. The CM said the man confirmed that he was the one who sent the email. He gave details as to how he came to know about it. Vigneswaran said, "I told him that I will look into it and send a complaint to IGP with a copy of the email and would also give the president a copy of what I sent the IGP. I told them it was my duty to bring such matters to their notice." The CM said he did not ask for any additional security as reported in the media earlier. Girl sold for 5,000 rupees. 3 remanded. Mount Lavinia Magistrate Mohammad Shahabdin ordered that 3 persons, including a woman who had been arrested for selling an underage school girl for 5,000 rupees, be remanded until 21 October. Sandhya Agnalikoda receives threatening calls. Sandhya Agnalikoda, the plaintiff in the Agnalikoda case, has complained to the Homagama police that she frequently receives suspicious, anonymous and threatening telephone calls. In her complaint, she has stated that these anonymous telephone calls are received prior to the court hearings into the case of the missing journalist, her husband Prageeth Agnalikoda. With that, let's come to the end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to Athavan Newspaper Highlights.